Hi guys, we're back for another video, and this time we're doing a speed up day. So, same principle as doing the speed lower day we spoke about in the last video. This time we're doing 6 to 8 sets of 3. This is the last weight in the wave of cambered bar squats with chains. So we'll get the first set done, have a little talk, and then we'll film the last sets like we did last time. So while we're using chains again, and about that accommodating resistance, trying to make ourselves quicker in the movement. While we're using the cambered bar, because it allows us to basically do like a deficit deadlift, because we're coming lower than we would normally and having a longer range of motion than we are before. So with the chains as well, we've got a longer range of motion and we're making the lockout harder. So we're really over that bit. And when I do my bench, that's usually the bit where I fail out. So we're trying to teach ourselves to be quicker through that movement, whilst also still keeping the speed off the chest as well. So it's a really good bar to use for that. So we'll do set 2. Lovely. So like before, we come back and film the last 2 sets as well as the first 2. So first, 6 sets done, 2 sets left. Everything moving nicely. So like I said, we're focusing on trying to be quicker through the movement, like end of range of motion. Camber bar's one of the best way of doing it. So we're just going to get into these last 2 reps, 2 sets. Top of that one. Still feeling good there. So with these, you aim to have somewhere between 30 seconds to a minute resting between the sets. So we're trying to help increase our GPP as well, and our recovery between sets when we're lifting, which obviously also help in competitions as well. We've only got a certain amount of time to recover before going from squats to bench, bench to deadlift, and so on. So let's get this last set. Hopefully it won't be quite as wobbly. Yeah, definitely good. Last set, a little bit slower than we would have liked on that slight rep, but that's happy. So we're going to go on to some cambered bar toe presses next. So I'll see you for those. So what we're going next is some photo presses with a cambered bar. So the benefit of doing photo presses with a cambered bar is obviously photo presses where you stop just off the chest and then press from that position. Really good for teaching you to keep tight in a bench press movement. So the benefit of doing it with a cambered bar is that where you stop, because of the camber of the bar, the weight actually sits where it would for a normal bench press. So basically you'd be able to do a photo press for a normal bench range of motion. So it's making it a little bit harder and getting a little bit more out of it as well. So that's why I like to do it with a cambered bar. We did 130 for a competition set of 5 last week, so we've been a big jump to 140, so we're going to aim for 3 to 5 reps and then see how that goes. So this could either go really well or could maybe be a bit of a disaster, but we'll see. Wow, that's really nice. Actually, a lot easier than I was expecting. So we've got 2 more sets of them, and I'll see you with the next exercise, which is going to be some pendlay rows. So I'll be back then. So next up we've got some pendlay rows, 120 kilos, 8 to 10 reps. Trying to focus on. When I do pendlay rows or any kind of row really that's heavy, I just use a strap. I do a lot of work on my forearms and grips, so I don't need to worry about training them. I do focus on getting the heaviest row and build up my back as much as possible. So yeah, 8 to 10 reps. Pendlay rows are one of my favourite ways of doing rows. Really push them, get the weight on. This is the heaviest where I've done this kind of rep range, so we'll see how it goes. Whoa. There we go, 10 reps. Very happy with that. 2 more sets of that. Then on to some more lat work. I'll see you then. So next exercise is we're doing a sled lat pullover. So I like doing a cable lat pullover. I don't know if you can see me there. I like doing a cable lat pullover, but we're using the sled. So we start here and push back. Really good way of building work capacity in the lat. Really good way of building strength in the lats as well. A good way of just improving overall GPP. So I don't know if you can see this yet, but it'll come as we go down. So I'm going to start out and back, a bit like you're doing some form of breaststroke and swimming. So we're going to do 2 blocks of 40 metres on this. Like I said before, we've got 10 metres marked out on the wall here. We'll just go a bit further. And just because the ropes are so long. So yes, anybody who has the ability to put this kind of training into them, so if you've got an indoor sled track or like us where you've got some outside space that you can do this kind of exercise, I would really recommend putting something like this in. So the difference this has made, I'm doing like my back and lat work. It's really blowing up. So just seeing, we did pendlay rows, 120 kilos. We got a set of 2 sets of 10 and a set of 8 as well. But when I was peaking last time around, or last time I was doing heavy pendlay rows, I was doing 120 kilo pendlay rows for sets of 3, and they weren't like easy sets of 3 either. So as well as other stuff, putting in sled work in, whether it's like this, whether it's like doing something in between a upright row and a Facebook. It's really just blowing my back stuff up. And in powerlifting, you know, so I said that if you've got a big bench, big back, you have a big bench, but also crosses over to your squats and deadlifts as well. So yeah, I'd really recommend putting this. As you can hear, a little bit out of breath. So just a good, fun way of doing GPP work as well. So yeah, give them a go. So JM presses next. I'm going to aim for 6 to 8 reps. That's not even, never mind. Heaviest I've done JM presses, so I haven't done them in a while. I might have done heavy at some point before, but definitely heaviest for a good amount of time. So we'll see how these go. Nice, reps, definitely take that. Like I was just saying when we were talking about the rows, a lot of my accessory stuff at the moment is just like really blowing up and it's crossing over nicely to my main movements as well. So really happy with how it's feeling. Got my back exercise, then one more tricep biceps, and then a little bit of forearm work. So I'll catch you through all of that. So what we have up next is some overload eccentric rows. So basically what we're doing here is we're gonna, as you'll see, pull the row with the free hand. We're gonna let go of one hand and come back with the other. So the reason we do this with an exercise is the eccentric phase of a movement is the strongest part of the movement. So what we can do is you can overload that part of the movement. So if you think about doing a bench press, I'm sure everybody's failed a bench, what you managed to get it down to your chest, but then you've not been able to press it. And that's because that the eccentric part of the movement, is the stronger part of the movement, and the actual pressing part is, or the concentric part of the movement is actually the more weaker part. So what we can do to try and get the muscle stronger is overload that eccentric part. So I'll show you what we're going to do. So we're going to free handle. We're going to pull out like this, and then we're going to let go. And we're going to come back nice and controlled, and come forward like this. So the weight we're using at the moment, which is 75 kilos on this cable machine, obviously. Or cable machines are different. I would have no chance of doing a normal single arm row. But doing it like that, I can control the single hand in that eccentric part of the movement. So if you're looking to improve overall back strength, quad strength, you could do this with a leg extension. Hamstring strength, again, do it with hamstring curls. You can do this kind of movement to give you another variation and to help improve strength in those areas. So I hope that was helpful. Yeah. Right, second to last things for today, we're just going to do a superset, single arm tricep curl pull downs, and some hammer curls. Just supersetting it to save a bit of time and get a bit of extra tricep work in. Yeah. We like doing these for the triceps. You get to get a lot of weight into each individual tricep. And then for hammer curls, I think are the best like bicep variation you can do for powerlifting. Get a bit of forearm work in there as well. Really good for strengthening ligaments in your bicep as well. Super, so just some forearm work left after this. So the last bit for the training session today was to do some forearm work, do some squeezes on this squeezing machine, I'm not sure what it's actually called. So if I get hands up like this, I'm just going to drop into fingers and squeeze up like that. And that's it for the session today.